In the last video, I used template blending to pretty quickly come up with the solve function. What I didn't do in that video was to write out the two wish list entries for the function we came up with. And that's what I'm going to do now. We ended up right here, and the two functions that we wished for but didn't define are solved and next boards. So let's go ahead and do wish list entries for those. Let's see, solved, we give it a board, and we want to know, is this board a final solution? That's a yes/no question, so it's going to produce a Boolean. And it's produce true if board is solved. Now, what does solved mean? Well, the way we generate the tree, we only put into the tree valid boards. So actually, if we have a board that's full, if we have a board that has no empty space in it, then it's solved. So we could just note, assume board is valid, comma, so it is solved if it is full. This is a wish list entry, so we'll mark that. And we'll do a stub. So that's the wish list entry for solved. The other function that we named in solve but we didn't do a wish list for, it doesn't exist yet, is next boards. Let's see, next boards is right here. And what does next boards do? Well, next boards consumes a board, and it has to produce a list of board. And what does it need to do? It needs to produce list of valid next boards from board. Here's a case. This function is a little bit complicated enough. Maybe we're going to want to expand on our 78 character rule. Maybe you want to say a bit more about what it does. What it basically does is finds first empty square, fills it with 1 to 9, and it keeps only the valid boards. And maybe I'll just make it more clear that that's natural 1 to 9. And this is also a wish list entry, bang, bang, bang. And there's the stub. From here on out, this is a series of how to design function problems. What I'm going to do is provide video lectures for some of them, but they're really good practice. So you might want to try some of them on your own. I will say this, as you design these functions, you're going to end up using a number of helper functions. You'll end up using a number of the helper function rules that we've used. So there is a little bit of work to do here. All of it in some sense is review, although a couple of the functions are a bit tricky. So what you might want to do is start working on them, look at the video solution, go back and forth. Anyways, I'll end this video here with the wish list entries, and we'll pick up later with the solution to some of these.